What's up, NFL fans? It's NFL Nate back again. Today, we're doing our final mock draft for this 2021 NFL draft. This is a happy moment and a sad moment because the NFL is coming super soon, which is super, super exciting. But at the same time, this is my last mock draft, and I love doing these. But we're going to be going exactly what I think is going to happen on draft night. This is no crazy prediction. This is what exactly I think is going to happen on draft night. I have a few trades, but it's going to be my final mock draft 10.0. So stay tuned throughout the whole video to see who I pick coming. Before we jump into it, if you guys enjoy this NFL content, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to be covering a lot of post-draft content, grading all the day one picks, and saying some winners and losers of the NFL draft. So if you enjoy this kind of stuff, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's jump right into the video. First, Trevor Lawrence to the Jacksonville Jaguars. If this doesn't happen on draft night, everybody's going to be extremely, extremely surprised. It would be probably one of the craziest picks if Trevor Lawrence does not go number one. Next, we got Zach Wilson going number 2 to the Jets. This one would still be super crazy if he doesn't go to the Jets, but I do think that he will go to the Jets for sure, like 99.9%, but it won't be as crazy as Trevor Lawrence because people have been mocking Trevor Lawrence for like the past 5 months, which is just ridiculous. But he's going number 1. I think these two picks, number 1, number 2, guaranteed going to happen a lot. Now we get interesting to the 49ers pick. We got Mac Jones going number 3. I don't necessarily think the 49ers should do this. I'm predicting what's going to happen. I think Kyle Shanahan wants a quarterback that can run his offense. Mac Jones is exactly that. There's this possibility that it's Trey Lance here. I think that the 49ers are going to pick Mac Jones. At number 4, we have the Falcons taking Justin Fields. Now, this was a tough one because I really thought the Falcons should trade out of this spot or take Kyle Pitts, but I do think they have to think towards the future. Obviously, Matt Ryan's contract costs a ton of money. They got a new coach. They might as well get a fresh new quarterback. They are not going to be being able to draft a quarterback like Justin Fields anytime in the near future. I think this is a great plan. You can sit behind Matt Ryan for a season, but honestly, if they just started him instantly, that wouldn't even be a bad idea either. I think this is just going to be a solid pickup. Yes, you can go Kyle Pitts, but I think preparing for your future, as the Atlanta Falcons probably aren't going to be the most competitive team next year, and Matt Ryan is aging, so I like this pick for them. Though I would not be surprised if the Falcons take Kyle Pitts or trade out of this spot on draft night. Next at number 5, I have the Bengals taking Ja'Marr Chase. Now this one's close. I actually almost had them taking Kyle Pitts because Kyle Pitts is just that good. Even though I think if this was any other team, I would have them Kyle Pitts going, but just because Ja'Marr Chase and Joe Burrow, just the connection, they need another wide receiver. This is just such a perfect fit for the Bengals. I can't resist to mock this Ja'Marr Chase to the Bengals, so I'm going with them. Then number 6, I got the Miami Dolphins going Devonte Smith. Now, when the Dolphins traded back up, they were probably they already have Mike Gesicki. Now, that's not an Pitts. I just think Devonte Smith is that good. They take him at number 6. They get that number 1 wide receiver. Pair him back up with Tua. I think this will be a great pick for the Dolphins. Then number 7, we have our first trade. I do think the Patriots are going to trade up, but I think the Patriots are going to realize they don't need to go up to 4 to get their guy. Since there's that many good quarterbacks, if Mac Jones goes number 3, knowing that they can either get Justin Fields or Trey Lance, I think they wait because trading up to 4 costs much more than trading up to 7. So I think they wait a little bit and they go with the Lions. The Lions are very much willing to trade back. I think this is perfect for the New England Patriots. They get Trey Lance, they get that quarterback, and I think it's just perfect for them. Then at number 8, we got the Carolina Panthers taking Kyle Pitts. I think this is going to be really tough for the Panthers because I feel like they're probably their 2 best guys right now to target are Kyle Pitts and Penei Sewell. And this is going to be a tough decision because on one side you want to help the offensive line, and the other side, Kyle Pitts is just that good. I don't think you can pass up on Kyle Pitts. And if you're thinking in terms of helping Sam Darnold, I think Kyle Pitts would both of them, Penei Sewell and Kyle Pitts, would be great to help them, but there's no way they can pass up on Kyle Pitts, so I think they take Kyle Pitts. Penei Sewell starting to fall. Then, at number 9, I actually have the Broncos taking Jaylen Phillips. Interesting, but Von Miller is getting older. You got Bradley Chubb, too. I think they want to keep that pass rush really good with all the quarterbacks off the board, and they actually just traded for Teddy Bridgewater as I'm recording this. But I do think the Denver Broncos, they'll target Jaylen Phillips. He's very underrated edge rusher, and I think they could definitely take him. They could go cornerback, but I think helping another position of need on that defense is really good for them. At number 10, I have the same thing. I have the Dallas Cowboys going Patrick Surtain. This one's because they really need help on that defensive back. Patrick Surtain is such a good corner, and so you just can't not mock this, and it's tough to do something else, but I think Patrick Surtain, definitely a guy the Dallas Cowboys want to target, and probably somebody they're going to take on draft night. Next at 11, I have Penei Sewell finally going off the board at number 11. Honestly, I feel like the Giants could definitely trade out of this spot. This is a great spot. If a quarterback falls or if somebody of great talent falls, they could trade up. But I do think they pick up Penei Sewell talent. They could go Rashawn Slater here as well. I think those two are very, very close, but I think they take Penei Sewell here. And they really shore up that offensive line. There is no excuse at this point for Daniel Jones. I think he has to play well now. Then at number 12, I got the Philadelphia Eagles selecting Jaylen Waddle. I think they need help with that wide receiver position. They always pick the wrong wide receiver, but I don't think you can go too wrong with Jaylen Waddle. I think this will really help Jalen Hurts. And I think this year they just need to help Jalen Hurts succeed because he's going to be their quarterback. And I think just giving up on him too soon is not what you want to do. I think just give him all the weapons he needs to succeed. And Jaylen Waddle would definitely help there. Then number 13, I've got the Los Angeles Chargers selecting Rashawn Slater. If Rashawn Slater or Penei Sewell falls to the Chargers, that would just be a gift. Honestly, Penei Sewell's a little bit better because they're reuniting with Justin Herbert. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants selected Slater and Sewell fell to the Chargers in this scenario. But I think just filling that left tackle spot for the Chargers is a necessity. And so I think they do that very well with Rashawn Slater. At number 14, I've got the Minnesota Vikings selecting Elijah Vera Tucker. I think this is what the Vikings have to do. They got to get that interior offensive line, get some lanes for Dalvin Cook, and some interior protection for Kirk Cousins. The Vikings help that offense. At number 15, the Lions, they traded back, and they still get Micah Parsons, which is pretty lucky. He's probably going to, I assume Micah Parsons should go in the top 10. He might fall, though, just because of some stuff. But I really like this pick for the Detroit Lions. Get that leader on the defense and just bring some firepower there. And at number 16, we've got the Arizona Cardinals selecting J.C. Horn. I think the Cardinals would be super lucky. I think J.C. Horn he's rising up draft boards, and it just happens that he falls to the Cardinals. I think the Eagles are a spot. The Giants are also a spot where he could be taken. So I would be pretty surprised if he falls here, but just in this mock draft, he ends up falling. I think the Cardinals pounce on this opportunity, and they get that cornerback that they need. Next, we've got the Las Vegas Raiders, and they also get lucky. Christian Darrisaw falls to them. I think Christian Darrisaw probably would be picked up by the Chargers, but offensive linemen are falling, so the Las Vegas Raiders get Christian Darrisaw to help that offensive line. Then we got the Dolphins taking Kwity Paye. Now, I actually really like this one. They helped the offense in the first round with Devonte Smith. Now they get a really nice edge rusher for that defense, which makes that defense even better. The Miami Dolphins defense is looking better and better every single year. I think it can become a top 10 or even top 5 defense. Next, we've got the Green Bay Packers trading up to get Caleb Farley. Now, the Packers are notorious for trading up in the draft. That doesn't mean they're going to do it. But I think for a cornerback like Caleb Farley, he's someone that's been slipping down since the back injury and stuff. But I think since the Green Bay Packers, they see that's a talent and they really need help at that cornerback position because pretty much all they have is Jair Alexander and Kevin King has not been playing well. So I think they pick up Caleb Farley and this really helps their defensive backcourt. They'll probably only have to give up like a third or maybe a fourth round pick I think this is worth it for the Green Bay Packers, and the Washington football team trade down, knowing it's a deep offensive line class. And then next, we've got the Chicago Bears taking Tevin Jenkins. Just help that offensive line. You don't want Andy Dalton under tons of pressure just so he can fail. Next, we got the Indianapolis Colts taking Samuel Cosmi. They get a left tackle or right tackle. I'm not sure which one they need, but I know that they're missing a spot there. And they just... We've got the Tennessee Titans selecting Rashad Bateman. I think this is kind of a Corey Davis replacement kind of pick. That defense, they could definitely have draft somebody to help there, but I think Rashad Bateman is a great pickup, can help Ryan Tannehill and just make that offense better and replace Corey Davis. Number 23, we got the New York Jets selecting Azeez Al-Julari. I actually really like this pick for the New York Jets. I think if they're able to get him, it would be a perfect fit for Robert Saleh. And so I think this is someone that New York Jets should really be targeting. Then at number 24, we've got the Pittsburgh Steelers selecting Jayson Oweh. Now, most people have them either taking a running back, which I don't like very much, or have them taking offensive line, which I think is a good pick for them if they go offensive line. But Jayson Oweh just seems like somebody that the Pittsburgh Steelers would want on their team. They lost Bud Dupree, and Jayson Oweh probably can become Bud Dupree, but better just because of his physical traits. So I think the Pittsburgh Steelers roll the dice. They take the high upside Jayson Oweh and help fill that hole of Bud Dupree. Moving on to the last 8 picks, we've got the Jacksonville Jaguars selecting Trayvon Merrick. Safety, I think the Jacksonville Jaguars, they added a lot of people this offseason. They could help the offense, but I think Trayvon Merrick is just too good to pass up. And they have picks in all throughout in the other rounds. They can only get a safety of like Trayvon Merrick right now, so they pick him up. At number 26, I've got the Cleveland Browns selecting Christian Barmore. They don't really need to address edge anymore because they got Jadeveon Clowney, but Christian Barmore is the perfect guy to get that interior defensive line spot. I really like this fit for the Cleveland Browns if they end up getting Christian Barmore. Next, we've got the Baltimore Ravens. I actually have them selecting Joe Tryon. I like this for them. Joe Tryon would really help that edge. He's also a high upside guy, and I just like the fit with Baltimore. Next, at number 28, we've got the New Orleans Saints selecting Greg Newsome. Greg Newsome, some people don't even have going in the first, and some people have him going as high as like even the Cardinals in some mock drafts. But I like him here with the Saints. Just help that secondary, keep that Saints defense really good. Next, at number 29, we've got the Washington football team. Obviously, they traded down, and I did say that there's a deep offensive line class for them, but Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is just too good to pass up. Imagine that defense with him and that front seven they have. That's just very, very deadly, and I think they pick talent over position, which I like, and I think the Washington football team would really like that as well. Then, we've got the Buffalo Bills, and I have them taking Gregory Rousseau. I really like Javonte Williams here, but Gregory Rousseau just helps the edge rush position that the Buffalo Bills haven't really been getting good at. They don't have too many good players there. So I think if they get Gregory Rousseau, they need to start building up that pass rush because you saw that's the recipe to beat the Chiefs, and that's exactly what they need to do. Instead of trying to just get that offense better and better, they should get that pass rush good. As you saw, that helped the Bucs beat the Chiefs. So I think they use that blueprint and pick up Gregory Rousseau. At number 31, we've got another Baltimore Ravens pick because they traded Orlando Brown to the Chiefs. And the Baltimore Ravens select Kadarius Toney. Kadarius Toney would be a great wide receiver and another weapon for Lamar Jackson, which I think the Baltimore Ravens really need to get more weapons for Lamar Jackson. You have Hollywood Brown, but Kadarius Toney would just be another shifty wide receiver that could honestly take some handoffs as well and could mix in with all their run fakes and stuff. So I really like that for the Baltimore Ravens. And then we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think they can take Najee Harris here. You saw they re-signed Antonio Brown earlier. Their offense is stacked. Their defense is even stacked. There's not that many good edge rushers left. I think they just get Najee Harris because I think they're just going to go for it again. They are by far favorites to win the Super Bowl. So just getting a guy like Najee Harris can be an instant impact guy, rotate in with those running backs. I like this pick for the Bucs. and I think they have a luxury pick here because they really have no holes, but that's what I think. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Check out my player rankings right there, and stay tuned because I'm going to have tons of post-draft content, grading picks, and all that. So I'll see you guys all in the next one. See ya!